Sure, I've been ready since last week.
You're watching Forget Being Cool.
It's Forget Being Cool for April 17th, 2020. My name is Dave Moore. Joining me, of course, my main man, my man on the internet, Johnny _Spaghetti Ravioli Xbox Series X Macaroni Avocado Casino.
Water. Hi, Dave.
Hi, John. Vanilla Coke.
Oh.
The best kind of Coke there is, other than cherry vanilla and orange vanilla. And all the orange/cherry/Coke vanilla combos are really good.
Dave, how do you feel about those like Coke machines at some of the fast food places?
I was just about to bring that up. John, you know what the best thing out of that machine is?
Vanilla cherry Dr. Pepper.
When they have it.
Yeah, most of the time they do.
They don't always have Dr. Pepper in this area because we're a Pepsi city. And Pepsi has the right to distribute Dr. Pepper.
Okay, interesting. I have never seen one of those machines that is not a Coke machine.
Pepsi does have those machines. They don't look the same. They're a lot clunkier. And the grossest thing you can get out of that is vanilla Mountain Dew.
Oh, that sounds disgusting.
Yeah, but I had to try it.
Oh, of course.
The Pepsi ones are fine, but they're very rare and they're not often. And Dr. Pepper is in some of the Coke Freestyle machines. The best thing out of the Coke Freestyle machines, John. Are you ready? Yeah. The vanilla root beer.
Which is basically just root beer. I mean, root beer already has kind of a vanilla-y flavor to it.
Right, which you're just adding vanilla, which is why it's so good.
I see that doesn't sound daring enough for me, and when I'm using a machine like that, like I want to go all out.
John, I'm trying to give people like a sane thing. Like I'm the one who goes for like lime Coke and lemon Coke. Lemon lime Coke is real good too. If you mix them.
I'm sure it is. So Amy has a problem with those machines. She's like, they're, a jack of all trades, master of none. She's like, the Coke is never good enough in them. And I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. And she's not the only one who feels this way. But she'll tell me that McDonald's has the best Coke. And I'm just like,
that is true. That is 100% true.
Yeah. Why?
They add sugar.
What, for real?
Yes. I mean, there's no, like, scientific proof to it. Like, there's no, like, yeah, McDonald's has said publicly that they're adding sugar to the Coke. No, it just definitely is sweeter at McDonald's, and I'm sure they're adding sugar.
I should have looked this up beforehand. Had I known we were going to talk about McDonald's and its Coke, I would have looked it up. I'm sure the internet can tell you why.
This wasn't on my notes. In these trying times, John, you shouldn't be touching a Coke Freestyle machine anywhere. Especially
no, because they're all inside and you can't go inside places. Not food places.
That and touching those machines on a regular basis is already concerning that you were doing that in the first place. But we did it anyway.
But see, right now I would do it with gloves on, like in my work truck. Have I told you I'm driving a work truck right now?
Yes, John. You've told this show, I think, twice now.
Okay. I drove it today because I had to work today. And that thing has the bumpiest suspension of any vehicle I've ever driven. Like I'm going down the road, just bouncing all over the place. It's
like when I rented that truck from Home Depot for $20. That's basically what it was. It's just
it probably very similar to that. But in my work truck, I keep, because my company makes me, it's like a box of latex gloves. So I usually only use it when I'm getting gas or something. But if I were to go get Coke out of one of those machines, I could use these gloves and I'd be fine. Like I'd be willing to basically burn a pair of gloves, like one-time use a pair of gloves to get soda from one of those machines.
Dude, I want one of those machines again. You know what's really weird?
In your house?
Weird is the register. No, that would be incredible. That would be the most incredible thing that's ever happened to me if I had one of those in my house.
Yeah, sorry, Rachel. Meeting you, not the best. Him having a Coke machine, though.
Hey, don't take attacks at her. She's wonderful too.
Hold on.
Yeah, look,
she's almost as good. You're almost as good as a
better.
Whatever the heck you want Coke machine.
Anyway, John, I've been completely distracted by this Coke machine conversation, but I do have lots of Coke on hand still for the apocalypse. I do.
So Dave, back in my submarine days, so my first submarine, we actually had a fountain, drink machine. And, we'd have like the big boxes of the syrup, and it would have like the carbonated water mixture thing and whatever else.
Can I complain about those? Oh, please let me complain about those big machines.
Hold on. Let me finish telling you about this. Let me tell you what happened, Dave.
Okay.
So we're out to sea, and we're out to sea for a long time, and we couldn't get certain supplies. And so they ran out of the Coke syrup.
Oh, I know where this is going. I feel like I already know.
So when you go up, so the way it would work is there'd be these food service assistants or something like that. It was like something that everyone had to do when they were new to the boat. And so they would be standing there letting people into the eating area and, whatever. And they'd be like, hey, what do you want to drink? Because they would get the drinks too, so that everyone wasn't trying to get up and get the drinks. And so you tell them, like, I want a Coke with ice. And you get this drink and you take a sip of it, and it was just terrible.
Yes.
Like, what is going on?
Because it's basically club soda.
No.
It's worse. No, it's worse.
No. Because you weren't there, Dave. Dave, you weren't there.
Okay.
They took sweet tea and put it where the Coke syrup should have been. And so they were serving carbonated sweet tea. Now, as it turns out, carbonated sweet tea is delicious, but not when you're expecting Coke. So,
I got 3 stories for you now, John.
A month goes by, and we're finally back in port, and now they have Coke again. And now everyone's pissed off again because everyone was mad when the Coke ran out and we were having to drink carbonated sweet tea, but everyone fell in love with the carbonated sweet tea, and then we all got mad when they started putting Coke back in it.
So, I worked at a gas station for 2.5 years, and I had to fill those machines. The worst thing ever is running a gas station on an 8-hour shift by yourself, and one of those bags runs out. Now, the sound that the machine makes when one of the bags runs out is undescribable, but it sounds like the worst motorcycle you've ever heard is blowing its tire over and over and over and over again right in front of your house. And that won't stop until you attach another bag to it.
Okay. If that's the case, then why is it I've gone to fast food places, gotten a drink, and it come out just the soda water part? Like, how is it not making that sound for them when their syrup runs out?
That's a good question. It depends on how far away their pump system is versus their machine. Like, ours were, it's basically 75 feet away. The problem is this is a trailer that got slapped down as like a temporary gas station at some point, and then they decided to leave it there for 10 years after it should have been torn down, and then they just kind of kept it, and then it became a gas station for the history of mankind. So you could hear everything in the entire building. Let me tell you what we served out of that machine, speaking of the carbonated things that shouldn't be carbonated.
Oh, God.
They hooked up yellow Gatorade to the carbonation.
How was it?
It's fine. It was a strange Gatorade, but we served it there, and they probably still do to this day. That machine was pumping out that weird carbonated Gatorade like my entire childhood. And then I worked there and then found out why, and it's because there's only one pump on the machine that isn't going through the carbonation, and they were using it for like tea. So,
did it come out like mellow yellow? Like the drink mellow yellow?
You want to assume that's what it would taste like, but it's not. It's not like mellow yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've had carbonated Gatorade in my life many times and thought, this is strange, but I definitely didn't dislike it.
Oh, all right.
I had one more story for you, John, but you made me forget it.
That dealt with carbonated drinks?
Yes.
Okay, we should not both have multiple stories about carbonated drinks. Like, this should not be a thing.
Working at that gas station, taught me a lot of things about carbonated drinks. You know, I used to down like 100 ounces of Coke, like in 2 days. So the best benefit, John, to working there, okay,
Okay.
and it would be a wonderful blessing in these times right now, was I had this 100-ounce giant thermal cup. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's insulated.
An insulated cup.
An
Yeah.
insulated cup. It's a 100-ounce Pepsi cup, and I used to just fill it with whatever I wanted in my apartment at the time, and take
Yeah.
that home with me, and put it in the fridge, and then I could just pump out of that forever. So I had free drinks because it doesn't cost anything when you work at a gas station. Everything that dispenses, including the cheese, like the cheese sauce and the chili, is free.
Did you ever carbonate the cheese sauce?
No, I have not attempted that.
Oh, that's too bad.
It probably would have been really interesting to carbonate the vanilla iced coffee, though.
So I have I have a kegerator, right, with these two kegs, and I carbonate my own beer. Like I make the beer, which I need to get back into, but I haven't done like a year and a half now. But I carbonate the beer and all that stuff. It doesn't work the way that like a soda machine does, where it's like the two streams going in together. Like this carbonates it. But now you're making me wonder, like, what else can I carbonate? And it's like it just gives me all kinds of like terrible ideas of things to carbonate.
You can make that sweet tea.
Yeah, I could. There was a guy who was doing like videos of that. Like, so you know that thing, what's it called? Something Stream or whatever, where you make your own sodas.
It's called Soda Stream. This is
Yeah. Okay. Have you seen the one where I guess the guy does this and tries different things or whatever? And I saw this one where he carbonated milk.
Ew.
And it was hilarious. Ew. It was so funny.
See, that's the scary thing, is I know what like the difference between a yellow Gatorade and a carbonated Gatorade is now. So I feel like I know what that would do to milk, and that sounds absolutely disgusting, the same way that the iced coffee would be terrible.
So they actually make a carbonated coffee. I cannot think of where I had it. It comes in a can or something like that.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. And that's not something I want to try ever.
So my thoughts are, though, if I'm going to drink cold coffee and it's not super sweet, like, so I drink coffee black. Like when I make my coffee, I drink it black. But if I'm drinking cold coffee black is not okay for me. Like I need cold coffee to be sweet. But I think I could have a less sweet cold coffee if it was carbonated.
See, I like cold coffee black.
That's so gross.
Which I like it sweet too, don't get me wrong. I like it both ways, but I will drink a cold coffee black. I don't like a hot coffee black ever.
Oh, Dave, why don't you go black?
Don't say it, John.
We there's a grocery store back in Texas we used to go to all the time. It's called H-E-B. Amazing grocery store. And all of their like store products were great. Like all the H-E-B brand products, like that's normally the way we'd buy it, and it was good quality, good stuff.
It's slightly cheaper.
Well, yeah, and slightly cheaper, but it's not like some places where you're like, okay, so these items I'm okay with buying the Safeway brand, but these items I'm not buying the Safeway brand, right?
Yeah, there's
with H-E-B is like
plenty of those. Giant Eagle brand. Can we just complain about Giant Eagle brand Doritos? The nacho cheese corn chips from Giant Eagle.
No, you don't do that.
Those are gross. And why would you not buy Doritos? Just eat the Doritos, people.
Yes. So the one, like a number of things you could buy from H-E-B, like almost anything, if it was like H-E-B brand, I'd buy it. Like it was great, or Central Market or whatever they had as some of their branding stuff. But their coffee, they had some coffee that was amazing. Like I love this coffee, and we would every once in a while someone was like sending us stuff up from Texas. We'll get them to send us a bag of it. So Amy actually went online and bought like 3 bags of this from Amazon. So I now have 3 bags of like Texas coffee. We call it Texas coffee.
I mean, it is because you don't have it there.
It's true. And it's so good. Oh, it's so good.
So John, speaking of buying things on Amazon.
Okay.
You want to know something?
Sure.
I bought something.
Okay. Yes, Dave. That part I guessed.
Oh, did you now? Because John has to take my 3 months of research and decide to do it in a week.
Oh, there's going to be an update on that, by the way.
I bought
So,
I bought my Raspberry Pi. I bought a 4 gigabyte Raspberry Pi 4 with a flirt case, which does the heat sink for me if I want to overclock
yeah.
it. And I've decided that I'm building an arcade table.
So you're gonna build like one of the Pac-Man type table
No,
things.
no, not like that.
Okay.
I decided this is a mini console that hooks up to
Okay.
my TV that I then can I can hook up any controllers I want to it to play
Yeah.
whatever kinds of games I want.
Okay.
I also can build a table for an arcade control thing that I can pull out and point at the TV because I'm a blind man, and to play these games on a big 65-inch TV will be a lot more pleasant than playing them hunched over an arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
Maybe shoulder to shoulder with somebody, which I'm never going to be allowed to be within 6 feet of people ever again. So,
Are you saying that when I built my controller thing, I should have made the two controls like 6.5 feet apart from each other
right.
just to be careful?
This is the new social distancing arcade that I'm building.
Oh my God, you put like a plexiglass like wall in between it?
Yep. So, I built. I hear a slight echo of me, although I sound like an alien. This is what
Okay.
this is what I'm building.
Okay, let me hear.
I'm building as a console first because I have like 60 USB controllers lying around this house.
Yeah.
So that I can build it and get it emulating to the way I want it and hooked it to the TV and play games on it. That's great. And then I can, from there, decide to build the controller that you did, right?
Yeah.
Or I can buy one of those, already pre-built ones. And
So what are you going to be building this into? Like you're building in a console, are you just going to make like a box for it?
Because I've got the case for it, it'll just be a console. It'll basically sit on my TV stand like any other console. It's just tiny and not huge and out of the way, And
Okay.
then I can just run whatever controllers I want to it. So if I want to build a little table, put an arcade control on it, and then be able to plug that in and play, I could build it so I can sit at the couch. I can build it so you can play standing up. I can build it whatever way I want it and hook up any kind of controllers I want. And if I want to upgrade the computer later to play more complicated games, like put a gaming PC in there, I can slap that into the TV stand and do the same thing.
So, okay. I'm building the arcade thing, right?
Yes.
And I can go to archive.org and download all these arcade games because they're I don't know what the word for it is, but they're like free use type things.
Public domain.
But yeah, which I didn't really realize exactly, but the arcade game ones are, and I don't know why that's different from like NES, Super Nintendo, all that stuff. Do you care at all? And we're putting you on the record here now because this is going on the internet for everyone to hear forever. Do you care at all about the legalities of going away from arcade games for this?
I'm sticking to arcade games mostly for this. But because I'm building a retro console, I would like to be able to play other things on it by choice, right? Now, my legality way of looking at this is one, I could rip very easily. I could plug in all my classic consoles that I bought officially from the companies and rip the ROMs off of those. The hacking software is already out there. So without illegally downloading the ROMs off the internet, I could take all my mini consoles, rip the ROMs off of them, and slap them all into this one little tiny box and play them with whatever I want. That's always...
I mean, my understanding is like if you own the actual game, then owning the ROM is not a problem. Like it's not illegal to have the ROM.
No, it's not, but you theoretically, to do that correctly, this is... I'm not a lawyer, okay? But from
Really?
from the stuff I've studied, about making copies, and I went to college for filmmaking, so this is a conversation that comes up a lot. And not, it's not video game specific, but if you own a piece of media, whether it's music or video specifically, right?
Yeah.
You have the right with that license to make a copy of it in another format. Meaning if you have, and obviously this isn't specific to video games, so the legalities get a little bit fuzzy here. If you own the cartridge of the game, you have the right to make a copy of that for your own use, right?
Yes.
Therefore,
But you are talking about you though are talking on actual copy of.
John.
Yes.
Well, you cut out a bunch, so I'm not sure what you actually said. But you're right. I don't own the ROMs to put them on here. Okay? And if Nintendo would like to legally sell me the ROMs, or Sega, or Capcom, or Konami, or any Atari, any of the people...
I'm just waiting for you to like name every single like video game maker out there. Like half an hour later, you're still just like naming them.
Atari can't even release their console that they charged people money for.
Is that like the new Atari system that they were talking about?
VCS or whatever the hell it's called that people paid money for, and it's never going to come out because it's vaporware.
I so badly want to see this thing.
I do too, John. It's never going to happen. Because I'm not. This is such a weird gray area because I'm not gonna start selling these ROMs. And most of the games that I put on here I own in another format. I just want them all on one box.
Yeah.
I don't care.
That was the longest answer, the longest like wraparound to say, I don't care.
If Nintendo wants to sell, if Nintendo wants to sell them to me in an open source format that I can pay for and say that I own a legal license to put them on whatever machine I want to, which they're never gonna do, fine. I'll pay them whatever costs they want to do that for a reasonable amount of money. But Nintendo doesn't know what a reasonable amount of money for their old games is, so bite me,
Dave. Dave, can I talk about a specific ROM that I played?
Sure, you can tell me all about a specific ROM.
Dave, so I was going to hold this to later because this could lead forward too. But so I still, I'm trying to do a little bit more work on this thing. I built a shelf, which I don't know if you can kind of see it behind me. So I bought a shelf like $25 from Target, and I modified that, and this control thing is going to sit on top of it. It's going to get room for airflow, 3 shelves to put all like the retro systems on, so they can hook it in the TV, all that stuff. Okay, great. Hopefully that'll be tomorrow's project. Now, a few days ago, I wanted to go through some of the arcade games, and it hit me that Michael Jackson's Moonwalker is going to be on this. And I've played, so this is a Genesis game, and I keep looking for it, but it's like $30, like $25, $30, something like that. So I've never put forth the money to buy it, but I remember playing it a few times at the arcade, which I didn't get to play a lot of arcade games as a kid, but I remember playing this a few times. I'm like, I need to play Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. So I looked through, and sure enough, it's on this it's on this like, thing that I downloaded. So I booted up, Dave. First of all, the game is still just as amazing as it used to be. You're Michael Jackson, you go around, you do this like punchy type thing or whatever, and then you have like a special attack move that you hit the special attack and you spin around in a circle, grab your crotch, say ooh, and your hat goes flying around in a circle to hit everyone on the screen, right? Here's the thing, Dave. Can you guess what the point of this game is? Like, what are you trying to accomplish throughout each level?
I have no idea. I've never played this game.
Dave, you're trying to save small children. You're Michael Jackson going through levels, saving these small children that, like, when you walk up to them, so like they'll be sitting there with, like, I don't remember if it was like a fake electric field around them or something like that, but like you walk in and you bump into them and now they're saved. And they're just like, thank you, Michael. And it's like the game. Like, obviously you're fighting guys along the way or whatever, but that's like the thing you're trying to do as you go through is save small children. And, you know, this game came out in like 1986 or something like that. But I was just like, oh no, this isn't good. I want to play more.
This is why we don't see this game often. It's why it's not been a re-release game. It's why
they would definitely have to change it to, like, I don't know what. Okay, I want you to wipe your mind clean for a second, Dave, and I need you to picture this so you can give me the appropriate answer. If they were going to remake this game, which I assume they would never do unless Michael Jackson was actually, like, still alive and all, but if he, like, what would they change the children into? Like, what could it be that he is there saving?
Little animals.
You think that's still okay? Like, I have this weird feeling people would still have issues with
woodland
this.
Creatures.
It's like these squirrels.
Yeah.
Why is Michael Jackson saving squirrels?
John, you gave me so much time to think about this. This is what I came up with.
You gotta be quicker on the spot there, Dave.
John, I don't know what explanation you want for a game that was made clearly with the wrong mindset. Also, how did they get away with that? Right? Like, I know it was the time, right? Like, I know that we weren't quite at the point of viewing Michael Jackson in the way we do now, right?
Yeah.
But shouldn't this have been a red flag?
Well, I mean, it's not. Okay. So, on the surface, there's nothing inappropriate. There's just kids who have been kidnapped and he's going and saving them. Right?
Yeah, but like,
this would not be a weird thing if it weren't for everything else.
Yes, it would.
You know, like, I don't think so. If this was like an Aerosmith game and Steven Tyler was walking around saving children, I don't think anyone would question it.
I think they would now.
Why?
Also, like, when this was in development, right? When they developed this game.
Okay.
What was the creative decision that influenced that to be the thing in the first place?
Well, maybe they're just thinking about, okay, who's his audience? Okay, a bunch of kids listen to Michael Jackson. Oh,
is that the
I bet
audience?
He wants to save all the children.
Was that the Michael Jackson audience, John? I wasn't there. You need to tell me, because I never liked Michael Jackson.
Oh.
I never liked his music. I don't know who he appealed to. I still don't like his music. Come at me,
okay,
internet.
So first of all, you need to listen to more Michael Jackson. Like,
no,
the
I
dude,
don't.
musically, he was quite amazing, right? And like dancing and all that stuff. Like, the guy had moves, right? I think everyone, like, I think his audience, especially at that time, was like anyone who listened to pop music.
So why didn't he just save undefined, maybe adult or multiple age range groups of people? He was just saving Michael Jackson fans. Why wouldn't that have been the thing?
Can you
somebody came into the development room and said, "Hey guys, you know it'd be a really good idea? What if Michael Jackson saved little kids? You know, because there's like this thing that he's into little kids." Like,
well, but see, okay, what I don't remember when these reports started coming out about Michael Jackson. I don't have that, like, defining line before and after memories, right? But I don't think this time period when this game was made, I don't think it was the thing people.
Yeah, but I still feel like the fact that this went into development as this is the plot should have set off some red flags then. Maybe.
Well, hey,
John,
there's Michael. Hold on. So there's Michael Jackson. I was sitting in the big meeting, like, all right, Michael, we've got to have you save somebody. They're like, how about squirrels? And he's like, no. And they're like, okay, well, you can save records. No. He's like, what do you want to say? Small children. You know? Like,
yeah, I see something John, that exactly. Don't you feel like?
Well, okay, but odds are it was not him coming up with this idea.
No,
like, I don't think he was in a board meeting about this.
Oh, I think he was.
Okay, hold on a second. I want you to picture something.
I think it's very possible, John, that he was given a list of options, maybe, that were broken down for him. And this is the one he chose. And even then, still concerning. John, in 2020,
Dave, hold on.
2020, Johnny Casino makes a game. Now, Johnny Casino is going to go on a whirlwind adventure into all the casinos in the world. And he's got the options to save, all the drunken gambling people, or, John came in the room and he said, man, you know what I really wish I was saving? Young children.
Okay, hold on a second, Dave.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? So this is how it might have gone down, Dave. What if it was all because of like a BuzzFeed quiz? Like he's taking the quiz, and at the end it's like, oh, you should save, in big bold letters, young children. Okay, here's the other thing.
In the Johnny Casino moonwalk game. Okay.
Okay.
When they come to you, right, and they say, what do you want to save in your game? And you say small children, maybe not those exact words. Like, don't you think that, like, you would be heavily watched after that point?
Maybe this is what led to him getting caught.
Yeah, but don't you think we would have read that in a history book? Don't you think that you and I, who love video games and video game history, don't you think that little piece of, like, information would get picked up more often? Like, that would be a thing. I've heard this game talked about plenty. I've never played it nor paid attention to it very much.
Dave, it's a fantastic game. It really is a fantastic game. Like,
well, I'm sure to play it on my Raspberry Pi that will arrive after my current vacation. And,
but can you imagine this though?
Yeah.
Right. So like let's say it's the same game, right? You're Michael Jackson. You're going along. You're making your way across the screen, right, as you do, because like there's enemies coming out and they're shooting you or what, and you get to the point where like your first victim that you're saving like finally like scrolls its way on screen, and it's like some dude in a suit. Like that's not like that would just be like, you just look at that and you'd be like, what the heck is this? Like, why is there some tied up dude in a suit, and why is Michael Jackson saving him? Like, save yourself, man.
What if they just said, I'm your biggest fan, Michael, instead, and it was just like a bunch of generic people? Wouldn't that be better, John?
I mean, okay, so in a societal way, maybe. In a video game way, it would be weird.
It's still weird.
That's
John.
why
It's weird still. Arguably it's weirder now than it was at the time. It definitely is. And it's weirder now that it's children after everything that's gone down.
Well, I mean, okay. So I'm going to ask this question, and I know the answer is yes. It's the small children, especially in this context, is worse. But like all these games, they had to figure out who you were saving. Like, so even like Sunset Riders. So I love Sunset Riders.
Okay, John, in a scenario where we make the Johnny Casino game, the Johnny Casino Moonwalk game, they come to you, John, and they say, what do you want to save in your video game? And I'd be like, famous podcasters, or...
Do you really, though?
I don't know.
Do you really want to be like strolling around and be like, oh, there's Scott Johnson over there tied up. Oh, there's Joe Rogan tied up. Oh, there's John from the Megadads tied up.
I mean,
we'll leave him.
If it's the Johnny Casino game, I feel like that does make sense, because the audience who, is going to play the Johnny Casino game are, one, gamers and people who listen to podcasts.
Okay, so this is what I now need made. Like, I need someone out there who either has the game Dreams or has some way of making these old, like, 16-bit games and make me a Johnny Casino game where I go along, I beat people up, and I save podcasters who have been kidnapped.
If there were more than 25 people who listen to this show, I'm sure there's somebody who could go out there and do a ROM hack version of Michael Jackson Moonwalk and turn it into Johnny Casino Moonwalk and replace the sprites with podcasters.
So here'd be the cool thing. Hold on. Here'd be the cool thing about this game, though, is that once you save the first one, so the game is like silent except for like, the punching and kicking and all that stuff, right? But there's no music or anything. But as soon as you save the first one, that person's podcast starts playing episodes while you're playing. Cause like you have your headphones on, because obviously I have my headphones on. And then as you start saving more and more, you can like choose and switch through your playlist of these different podcasters.
This is great. This is a much better idea than, hey, I'm Michael Jackson. I want to save children in my game. That's a little weird. But okay, Michael, whatever you say.
So, Dave, okay.
We can move on now, John.
Hold on. One last question dealing with this. Dealing with the inappropriateness of who you save in video games. So we're playing Sunset Riders, and I love Sunset Riders. I have it on Super Nintendo, one of my favorite Super Nintendo games. The arcade version is more like the Genesis one, which is not quite as good as the little changes they made. But
let me interrupt you here, John.
You can like, yeah.
How do you feel about the legalities of playing it in an emulator?
It's fine. It's open. It's the arcade version, so it's okay. The legalities are fine. That's why it's like these are all off archive.org where you can just take things. So this should be their like their line, archive.org, where you can just take things. But you go in and like you break in these bars, like you go in and you come out with this woman, this I think busty type woman, and you kiss her and you get a power up out of it. Like, is that inappropriate?
No.
So if you had to save like a string bikini clad big busted woman and that's what you were saving, is that okay?
What's the game rated?
I don't know. What's Michael Jackson rated? I mean, not him, but like not for children is what he's rated, but like the game.
If you want to make an A-rated adult only Johnny Casino game where he saves big busty women.
No, I mean, it's what I'm known for.
In casinos, which seems oddly more appropriate in the context of the theme of the game. He's just saving, Vegas strippers. You could team up with Surge. And
can Surge be like the
tutorial guy?
No. Well, yeah, I mean, kind of like he's the guy that like pops up and either gives me hints or tells me things,
yeah, like
or sends me tech or something.
Yeah, he gives you all your upgrades.
Yeah,
you have to craft better weapons using bikinis.
All I can make is slingshots
and masks.
And masks. When you start out, you're just in like jeans and a t-shirt, and when you end up, you have this like Spider-Man looking mask from its bra on your head.
This has gone so far from carbonated Gatorade.
Oh my god, Dave, change the subject for me, please.
Okay, John, I'm really excited to build this little Raspberry Pi computer.
Yeah, man.
It's all.
When is yours supposed to show up?
So mine says everything I'll need to get it up and running will arrive by Sunday.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm wondering with these different like Amazon deliveries, if it just depends on like what warehouse it happens to be in at the time.
We have a warehouse extremely close to us.
Dave, I can throw a rock and hit Amazon, right? Like the corporate building and probably 5 warehouses.
Okay, so what did
but it turns out
So let's break this down. What did you order specifically? Did you order the Canna kit or whatever the hell it's called?
Kanata kit or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember if that's I think that's the exact one I ordered. I ordered one. It had the best reviews. It's the 4. It has the case on it, but it's like the slightly bigger case. I guess some of the cases make it hard. So the case is like a color case. It might be clear out of happenstance. It didn't come with like the SD card and all that stuff. The SD card showed up. I have bought an SD card. It's here. I'm gonna get all that set up.
So I bought an SD card with the with the little adapter that plugs in to make it a regular SD card, which is just the easiest way for me to write it to my computer.
I think all of them come with that, to be honest with you.
So I ordered that, and then I was just doing some Googling, and I was like, I'm just gonna do some more research because that's what I've been doing for months about building this, and I came to the realization that the SD card I bought may not be the fastest or the best optimized version. So I
If anyone can hear this, I'm opening my package for my SD card right now on the show.
So I ended up buying another one that said it didn't come with the adapter, and to add the adapter, it was going to be like an extra $30. So now I have
like 5 adapters. Around my house.
I did when I was in photography. Since I moved, I don't know where those stupid tiny little things are. So I've ordered 2 SD cards, and one is going to be here on Saturday, and one is going to be here on Sunday. So the one I need, won't be here till Sunday, which is when I go back to working.
So mine came with the adapter, but like every time I bought a micro SD card, it comes with the adapter.
I have bought very few micro SD cards.
Oh, I have so many things that take micro SD cards. I used to have like phones that took them, which is I think where I built up like a collection of these adapters.
Yeah, I used to have more of these when I was doing photography and stuff, but now I don't. So
wait, okay, so
I bought 2 SD cards. I bought one that I know is coming with the adapter that will not be as fast, and I bought a faster one just because. I bought the Flirk case, which is a stainless steel, maybe it's not, it's aluminum steel combo metal case that works as a heatsink. And I bought the cables, the micro HDMI cable, which is the first one of those I own.
Oh yeah, I've never owned one either, but mine the kit that I bought comes with everything except for the SD card.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's got a fan. It has a case.
I didn't want to buy the kits because I didn't want any of the cases. I know which kit you bought now because you said it's the clear one, and that's fine. And and it's gonna work perfectly fine. I just wanted this case because it looks nice, I guess.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna be able to see mine. Okay, do you think? And I don't think there's a problem with this, whatever. But like, if I were to mount this thing upside down, that's not gonna be a problem, right? Like upside down or right side up, that's not going to matter with something like this. It's all solid state.
In the cabinet, like inside, it doesn't matter. It's a pie.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Just I make sure it's not being crushed or something. Like make sure there's not a bunch of weight sitting on one of your ports or something. But you don't even need the case really. You could just tape it.
I like the fact that it has a fan.
Yeah, I mean, but you also could just tape it inside the cabinet and put a fan in the cabinet.
No, that'd be too much work. You know what I realized? That doing it the way I'm doing it, having it hooked up to a and like building the full cabinet, what's going to be nice is I don't have to worry about speakers.
You don't, but depending on the TV you have hooked up, you will regret the sound quality of the TV, especially if it's being pressed up against the cabinet. Like if the speakers are being pressed into the cabinet.
Oh no. This TV is going to be mounted up on a wall above this thing.
There's
a few arcade games like that.
So it'll be open.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I chose a weird way to do this, and some purists are going to say I'm not building a cabinet, and I'm not building a cabinet. I'm building a emulation box and a table.
For $25, you could have bought one of those off of Wish.com.
So I was looking at those the other day, John.
Okay.
And even to the point that I got notified that there was one that looked like a little, like a mini Super Nintendo. And I was like, okay, now that John and I have talked about it, I'm almost tempted enough to pay $25 for this thing to show up. So I added it to my cart. And I went to my cart, and it's like $47 with shipping. And I'm like, no. So then
no.
So then I added a promo code and got it down to like $38. And I'm still looking at it going, man, $38 is not a lot of money, right? Like, it is, but it's also not. But $38 is a lot of money for something that I know will be crap. And
Yeah.
for this show, not worth it. Not that this
So-
show isn't worth it, but it won't give me enough to say other than this thing was stupid. It didn't work.
So the one I want to do, and I've got to find it for about the, like, I need it with shipping and everything in the $35 range
Right.
or less.
I
But I want the one that
looks
looks like a Vita. Like, I want one that's like, it's basically like a Vita shell that they had left over and sold this company, and they just threw different internals in it. Like, that's the one I want.
right.
So we'll see if I can find it. If I will, I'll buy it. Why not?
It'll never show up.
Well, I mean, okay. Here's my thought process. Let's say it's $35. Losing $35 would suck, right? Because there's a number of games I could get on sale for $35
That was my
or
other
whatever.
my other gut feeling, John. It's like, I looked at these pies on Amazon, and the pie by itself I got for $40. It just happened to be $10 off or something.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I just get that, I'm gonna be happier. And the resources to make this into something cool, whether it becomes a retro game console or a pie hole or like a weird media computer thing.
Yeah, you can do a lot with it if you need
make
to.
You can make an FM radio, like not like a one you'd listen to, but one that you were like transmitter, like an FM radio transmitter, and then run audio through it, and then like hook it up to an antenna and do like a mile wide broadcast. And then I'm sure that some government agency would come down on me for doing a pirate radio station or something, but I'd still think it's pretty cool. Plus, you could put a bunch of like crappy FM radios that you go get at like Savers or Goodwill or whatever. You could put those all over your house, and then you could just make a smart speaker system. These are the projects I look at and go, man, I don't know why I want to do that, but I do. Like, I just want to play with that idea.
Okay, so if you were to go to Megadads right now, the megadads.org.
Oh, are we going to talk about your report card? For that
yeah, so
stupid
I
case?
just did one.
Yeah, I just listened to it like 5 seconds before we started recording. John, that sounds like the stupidest piece of shit I've ever heard of. So tell me.
Okay.
Tell me the truth. Don't give me your Gianni Casino. I wrote this, and I'm reading it like I wrote it.
You couldn't even be like, I wrote this really good. No, I wrote it. Okay, here's the thing. I don't have it on my phone right now, and I actually wrote that a couple months ago, I think maybe. But there was an issue, like it went away from their site, and John had to like get in touch with them to get the information for it and whatever else, and they finally did, and it finally came out.
So I looked this thing up.
It's actually pretty cool for $25.
Sounds
it's pretty cool.
How do you feel about the legalities of the fact that it has Super Mario Brothers on it, and that's definitely not something Nintendo approved?
Well, so
not only, John, did you illegally not possibly download the ROMs off the internet where Nintendo doesn't legally sell them, you bought it from a company who makes money off Nintendo's ROMs that they didn't legally acquire.
So I don't know how the legalities work. I really don't. So John sent me this message after I sent him the review and everything, and he sent me this message, and he was like, "It's down right now. I can't find it. Do you have ask me for more information?" I was like, I don't know, man, because this thing could be like illegal as shit. Who knows? But it can't be. It can't be, because it's like a legit site here. Like, this is a site that makes these really good quality phone cases, right? All these, and like,
John, that doesn't make it legal.
Okay, but how would they get away? Like, and this is what blows my mind. If there's anyone out there that can hook me up with someone who can just answer this question, I'd highly appreciate it. But like, how do they do it? There has to be a loophole or something, or they just have to be hoping they're small enough that Nintendo doesn't catch on? Because
that's my assumption.
Because not every game on there is a problem, right? So like Donkey Kong is the arcade game, which which for whatever reason, once again, if someone could tell me this, I'd appreciate it. But it's fine that can be out there. The ROMs can be out there. But there was like Super Mario Brothers, and I want to say one of the Contra games I think was on there. And then there was like bizarre things, like really bizarre games on there. But there's definitely games on there. So here's my biggest complaint about it, and the reason I'm not two reasons I'm not using it now.
Because it's
one
shitty.
is it's a no, it wasn't. It really wasn't. Like it seems very decently. It seems very protective. I dropped my phone a few times, never had a problem.
Okay.
It does make the phone thicker, and right now I carry two cell phones, one for work and one my personal phone. And so until I can get rid of one of those two, carrying two and one being super thick is kind of a pain, right? But the other thing is that I put a magnet in my phone case to connect it up to a little holder in my car, and I can't do that through this case. If it weren't for that, I would have kept it on there.
Okay. Stuff like that annoys the shit out of me, and that's why I don't do stuff like that where I have to just have the perfect case. That's why that I buy the Apple certified cases for my phones.
Yeah.
Because I just can't stand things that don't fit exactly right or allow me to use it in the way that the original device was intended. That stuff drives me nuts, but that's a whole nother conversation. I looked this thing up, John, because I was like, what the hell? What the hell is John reviewing? Why is every report card from John some stupid thing that I don't
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Wait, hold on. That is the only like bizarre thing that I reviewed. And it's because I saw
the other one was like some NES game.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah. So I also I think they're going to come out once a month. I've been reviewing like older games.
No, I get that, but like, why is John pulling like weird, obscure old games and shitty phone cases?
So hold on a second. So you have to understand a couple things. One, the games aren't that bizarre. So with the exception of one, it's all games that I own, like that I've collected over time and thought I haven't had a chance to play this. So let's dive into it for this purpose. Everything except for Princess Tomato, which I'm not going to talk about because that review is coming out. But the phone case is really like, if you're the kind of person who wants to have this thing in your pocket, be like every once in a while, I'm stuck on a bus, I'm stuck in an office, whatever it is, and I just want to play a little game. The screen quality was good. The sound was actually pretty good. The only thing messed up about the controls were A and B are backwards compared to the Game Boy, which is what it's designed after. Anything else besides that, you're going to find a good 5 or 10 games on there. You're like, I enjoy playing this game.
So I looked this thing up because I wasn't even sure what it was, because John picks weird, obscure shit that no one has or has ever heard of. Just so I understand this correctly, it's a phone case that overlaps your screen.
No. If I had it on my phone right now, I would show you on this video. I don't obviously have it on here. No. The screen part, like the gaming part of it's the back of your phone. It does not interfere with your phone at all.
Okay, so it's the back of your phone.
It's the back of your phone. So like if you take your phone like you would, like you're looking at it doing whatever, and then you just completely flip it over, so it's basically from you upside down. Now you're playing it. So the camera hole is at the bottom when you're playing the game.
Now I understand how this works.
Yeah, and like I said, it works good for what it is, and for the fact that I guess normally it's $50 or something like that, and I don't know what it's up for sale right now.
I saw it for like $20.
Yeah, it went on sale whenever the Chiefs, I think, maybe were in the Super Bowl, and it's Chief Cases is the company. And don't get me wrong, you could probably get one for the same price. It's very similar on Amazon. Maybe it's the exact same product. I don't know.
No one knows, John, because it's some weird, obscure thing that somehow they're getting away stealing Nintendo's IP and selling it. Versus when I build my Raspberry Pi that you wanted to attack me on the legalities of it.
No, I was not attacking. Hold on.
I'm not building.
I wasn't attacking you. I was just curious your thoughts.
I'm not mass producing retro Pis and then selling them full of Nintendo ROMs.
But you can buy that. You could have bought, if you wanted to make it easy on yourself, you could have bought an SD card that was all fully set up with RetroPie, with all that stuff, with MAME, with whatever, and all these emulated games. Like, you can just go buy that thing
on eBay for $20. Trust me, John.
Probably.
I looked.
You're like, no.
I was
That's
just
crossing the line.
well, it is, in my opinion, that is crossing the line. One, you're gonna get a thing full of 7,000 games that you don't give a crap about.
Oh God.
The other problem with that is like you didn't earn it. Like,
At least you're building it.
yeah, like this is the thing. Like I want this for the fun of it. Like this is really just a fun project. Like there's no serious like end goal here. Like it's basically build this little thing, make it work, then get a controller up and working, and then once you've done that, like the next question is you want to upgrade it to play more games and do cool stuff and whatever. The rabbit hole of what this path can take me down never ends. Do I want to build pinball tables? Whatever.
Oh God, I want a pinball table so bad, and I hear they are such a money sink with how much like work goes into keeping them working.
That's what everyone says. There's a pinball table that Rachel's dad has just sitting in their house, like on the floor, like disassembled. And I asked about it because I was like, well, that's really cool. What's the deal with that? And they're like, oh, we repaired it like 5 years ago, and it worked for, like another year and a half. And then now we need this part, and the parts are hard to find, and the people who know how to fix them is hard to get. And like you can do it yourself, but finding the parts is almost so difficult that you still need a person who knows how to find the parts you need. So we just kind of disassembled it again, and I'm like, man, that seems like a really, really fun project, except for the part where you said it's almost impossible to find somebody who can actually help you fix it.
Dave, you know what I want?
What?
So besides a pinball table, like I really want a pinball table.
I want a pinball table just because it looks cool.
But here's what I would settle for. I would settle for a good PSVR pinball game.
I would settle for a completely virtual pinball table.
Okay, and I was just thinking about that while you were talking, but here's the problem. You need a TV the right size to be the screen. Like you need a virtual screen that size.
I don't need it to be full-size pinball table.
No, but you want it to be
close.
Like you still need a TV. Like you couldn't take like a 70-inch TV, which would maybe be long enough for what you need, and like lay it on its side because it's gonna be too wide.
No,
right?
but you could get a monitor because they make
monitors that are that big.
They're just incredibly expensive.
Yeah, well then that's no good.
But you could get a monitor that's wide enough, like an ultra wide monitor.
Yeah, and
then turn it on that side.
So does this need to be the next thing I do? Is build a virtual pinball machine?
I don't need it to be full size.
I want it to be close.
Right. That's the case. It needs to be close. The question is, can you get a computer well enough to build it so that you use a smaller TV that you lay vertical, right? And then you put a smaller one above that so that you get like the score and the other end of it. Then they slide together so perfectly that like you're basically looking at a real pinball table.
Yeah, it's not going to work well enough.
No, right. And it's got to work perfect or it's not worth it.
Yeah. What you need is like one of those, like just an old wooden one. So like no electronics. All it is like the paddles that are on springs, and it just has the things it can run into, and it's all wooden. You could do that. Like it wouldn't look as cool, and it wouldn't have all the ding 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 ding, whatever sound a pinball table makes.
That's what I want, though.
No, I understand. Dave, randomly while we were recording, Fortnite just updated on my computer.
Oh, that's good. That explains why your internet cut out for 5 minutes.
Well, no, that's all download, and the down is fine. There's a new mode in Fortnite now where it's 2-on-2 and so it's 2-on-2 and you play through a bracket. And so I've been playing this with my son. Like I haven't touched Fortnite in a while, but that seemed a lot of fun. And so Ryan and I played through it. We actually, won our first one together. It was pretty exciting. Pretty exciting.
I don't care about Fortnite at all.
I know. I've played with you. It was painful, I think is the word to use.
Wow. Wow.
You were just like off in the middle of nowhere. Like
Fortnite's not my kind of game.
Dave, Dave, that is all I got.
Oh yeah, Coke freestyle machines. Don't touch those these days.
Why is it we started saying Coke freestyle machines don't touch us? All I could think about was Michael Jackson saving children.
John, I can't wait to build this little box. I will keep you posted and updated. The other fun part is we're doing it together now.
I mean, from far, far away.
John?
Yes, Dave.
Everything that everybody does from this point forward in time is going to be from far, far away.
Yes, Dave.
Except for reproduction. That's not how it works.
I mean, actually, you can still do that from far, far away. You just have to have a middleman or woman. Like, you have to have a
Yes, John. I'm going to end this show there. This has been Forget Being Cool. Episode, I don't know the number, but it's for April 88 for April 17th, 2020. My name has been David Moore. I don't know if I can keep that name after this episode. That's Johnny Casino. Please, somebody make a ROM hack of Michael Jackson's Moonwalker game with Johnny Casino saving weird podcasters. Please. And you could even use their voice clips. It'd be so funny. I'm down. 100% down for this.
Yes.
You can follow John at Johnny_Casino. He doesn't have an H in his name because that's what's wrong with John. I don't know who did that to him, but it's a mistake. You can follow me at Tell You Dave. You can follow the show and the website at Forget Being Cool, and you can get all our episodes and hopefully some other cool stuff coming to forgetbeingcool.com. See you guys on Monday morning.
Bye.
More.
For more great discussions, hit that subscribe button or visit forgetbeingcool.com.